A shocking lawsuit filed in California last week alleges that Figure AI's humanoid robot is capable of far more destructive force than the company admits. The engineer behind the complaint says he was fired for raising safety concerns that executives refuse to address. But the deeper you read into the filing, the more unsettling the implications become. Robert Gruendel served as the head of product safety at Figure AI. He is a veteran safety engineer with more than 20 years of experience in the robotics field. His prior roles include positions at Amazon and BMW. According to court documents, Gruendel joined Figure AI in October 2024 after company executives told him that safety was a top priority. His job was to evaluate risks and build protocols that would protect workers and future customers from harm. The lawsuit centers on Figure AI's second-generation humanoid robot known as the F02. This machine stands approximately 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighs around 155 pounds. It features 16 degrees of freedom in its hands alone and can carry objects weighing up to 25 kilograms. The F02 was deployed at a BMW plant in Spartanburg, South Carolina, where it contributed to the production of more than 30,000 vehicles over an 11-month period. But according to the complaint, this robot had a darker side that company leadership allegedly chose to ignore. Gruendel claims that during impact testing conducted in July 2025, the F02 robot moved at what he described as superhuman speed. The forces generated during those tests measured 20 times higher than the human threshold of pain. Gruendel calculated that the F02 produced more than twice the force necessary to fracture an adult human skull. In one incident detailed in the lawsuit, a robot malfunctioned and struck a stainless steel refrigerator door. The impact left a quarter-inch deep gash in the metal. An employee was standing nearby at the time and narrowly avoided being hit. Gruendel alleges that he presented this data to CEO Brett Adcock via Slack in late July, warning that the robot could inflict severe permanent injury on humans. According to the complaint, his message was ignored. The lawsuit also describes another incident where one of the robots came within 2 feet of kicking a person in the head due to unpredictable behavior. Gruendel alleges that he was asked to create a comprehensive product safety roadmap to present to 2 prospective investors. Those investors later funded the company. But, according to the complaint, after the funding round closed in September 2025, Chief Engineer Kyle Edelberg significantly downgraded the safety commitments that had been presented to investors. Specifically, the lawsuit claims that a project to certify an emergency stop function, known as an e-stop, was cancelled to save time. The e-stop is considered a critical fail-safe for industrial machinery. Gruendel allegedly warned his colleagues that removing safety features promised to investors could be interpreted as fraudulent. The complaint paints a picture of a company culture at odds with safety protocols. Gruendel claims that when he proposed standard risk reduction measures, such as safety mats or barriers, he was told by a vice president that Adcock would shoot us if we did it. In another instance, documented in the filing, Gruendel discovered that a physical safety feature on the F02 was removed because Kyle Edelberg did not like the aesthetic appearance of it. Gruendel alleges that CEO Adcock and Chief Engineer Edelberg expressed a dislike of written product requirements. He responded by indicating that their stance was abnormal in the field of machinery safety. The timing of events is critical to understanding this case. In early 2025, Figure AI announced it was accelerating its push into home deployments. CEO Adcock stated the company would begin alpha testing its robots in homes sometime in 2025, 2 years ahead of the original schedule. The company attributed this acceleration to advancements in its AI platform called Helix. Gruendel claims he grew increasingly concerned as Figure pivoted toward consumer home applications. The robots lacked reliable presence sensing and had not completed the safety certifications required for fully autonomous operations. In a podcast interview with investor Nikhil Kamath, Adcock acknowledged limitations. He stated that he would not let his robot run free for hours and weeks with his young kids. The complaint describes a gradual deterioration in Gruendel's relationship with company leadership. Weekly safety meetings became bi-weekly, then monthly, then quarterly. Messages Gruendel sent to Adcock about safety issues allegedly went unanswered. On July 29, 2025, Gruendel received a raise of $10,000 per year. The accompanying note praised his continued growth and impact at Figure. Less than 6 weeks later, on September 2, 2025, Gruendel was terminated. The official reason given was a change in business direction. His attorneys describe him as a whistleblower who was fired days after lodging his most direct and documented safety complaints. Figure AI has denied all allegations. A company spokesperson said Gruendel was terminated for poor performance and that his allegations are falsehoods that Figure will thoroughly discredit in court. Gruendel is seeking economic, compensatory, and punitive damages. He is demanding a jury trial. His attorney, Robert Ottinger, stated that California law protects employees who report unsafe practices. Ottinger called this case one of the first whistleblower cases related to the safety of humanoid robots. The lawsuit arrives at a pivotal moment for the industry. Figure AI announced in November 2025 that it is officially retiring its F-02 fleet after the 11-month deployment at BMW. The company is now transitioning to its third-generation robot, the Figure 03, introduced in October 2025. Figure plans to ship 100,000 humanoids by 2029. Chinese robotics company is about to debut a next-gen quadruped robot in Tokyo, and experts warn it could hit the US and Tesla's robot strategy harder than anyone expected. This isn't just another robot dog, it's a signal that China is moving faster in embodied intelligence. But the most unsettling part is what they haven't shown you. Robotics has just announced a new quadruped robot lineup set to debut at IREX 2025 in Tokyo this November. The company confirmed it will showcase a next-generation four-legged robot alongside a full product range targeting real-world commercial deployment. This marks the first time a major Chinese robotics firm has used Japan's premier robotics expo as a global launch platform. The announcement arrives as China accelerates its embodied intelligence robot development, positioning itself against established players from the United States, Japan, and Europe. IREX, formerly known as the International Robot Exhibition, ranks among the world's largest robotics trade shows. Held biennially in Tokyo, the event attracts over 700 exhibitors and more than 150,000 visitors from across the globe. Pudu Robotics chose this stage to introduce its quadruped models to an international audience. The company stated the robots incorporate advanced AI systems designed for navigation, decision-making, and autonomous operation in complex environments. Pudu has not disclosed full technical specifications, but emphasized the robots are production-ready and intended for immediate commercial use across logistics, inspection, and service industries. Pudu Robotics was founded in 2016 and initially focused on service robots for the hospitality sector. The company expanded rapidly, deploying over 80,000 robots across more than 60 countries as of 2024. Its product lineup includes delivery robots, disinfection units, and cleaning systems used in restaurants, hotels, and healthcare facilities. The pivot to quadruped robotics represents a strategic shift toward higher complexity embodied AI platforms. Quadruped robots offer mobility advantages over wheeled systems, particularly in uneven terrain, stairs, and industrial settings where traditional robots face limitations. China's robotics sector has grown substantially over the past decade. According to the International Federation of Robotics, China accounted for 52% of global industrial robot installations in 2023. The country installed approximately 290,000 industrial robots that year, surpassing the combined total of the next 5 largest markets. China's government identified robotics as a strategic priority under its Made in China 2025 initiative, directing funding toward research, development, and commercialization. State support has enabled rapid scaling of production capacity and aggressive pricing strategies that challenge Western and Japanese competitors. Embodied intelligence refers to AI systems integrated into physical robots capable of perceiving, learning, and acting in the real world. Unlike software-only AI, embodied systems must process sensor data, make decisions in real time, and execute physical tasks. China has invested heavily in this field, with companies such as Unitary Robotics, Deep Robotics, and Xiaomi all launching quadruped models in recent years. Unitary's Go-2 robot, released in 2023, retails for under $1,600, undercutting competitors like Boston Dynamics by a factor of 10 or more. This pricing strategy has raised concerns among Western manufacturers about market viability and long-term competitiveness. Boston Dynamics, a U.S.-based subsidiary of Hyundai Motor Group, has led quadruped robotics development since 2005. Its Spot robot, introduced commercially in 2019, costs approximately $75,000 per unit. Spot operates in industries including construction, mining, energy, and public safety. Boston Dynamics has shipped over 1,500 units globally as of 2024. However, the company's high price point limits adoption outside large enterprises and government agencies. Chinese firms have leveraged lower manufacturing costs and government subsidies to offer comparable functionality at a fraction of the price. Japan's robotics industry faces mounting pressure from Chinese competition. Japanese companies such as Sony, Kawasaki, and Honda have led innovation in humanoid and industrial robotics for decades. However, China's production scale and aggressive market entry have eroded Japan's share in several segments. Pudu's decision to unveil its quadruped lineup at IREX signals China's intent to challenge Japan on its home ground. China's commercial robotics expansion mirrors its success in electric vehicles and consumer drones. Chinese EV manufacturers such as BYD and NIO have captured significant global market share through competitive pricing and rapid innovation. DJI controls approximately 70% of the global consumer drone market as of 2024. Analysts suggest China aims to replicate this model in robotics. In December 2024, China opened its first retail store dedicated to humanoid robots in Beijing. The store, operated by Qingdao Jiziran Intelligent Technology, offers multiple humanoid models for commercial and personal use. Prices range from $1,000 to $28,000, depending on capabilities. Domestic demand for service robots increased 35% year-over-year in 2024, driven by labor shortages and rising wages in urban centers. Pudu Robotics stated the robots feature improved battery life, enhanced terrain adaptability, and integrated machine learning algorithms. The robots are designed to operate autonomously in warehouses, factories, and outdoor environments. The company highlighted its global service network, which includes regional offices and support centers in North America, Europe, and Asia.